Welcome to this edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm Mike Stidham, joined as always by Tony Psyche. Now, tonight's episode is brought to you by Drag Me to Hell, Ghost House new latest picture. Tony, what do you know about this movie?
Well, I know this is Sam Raimi's return into the horror genre. He started off with the Evil Dead series and he became really successful with Spider-Man. And here we are in hell.
Oh man, hell is a lonely place, is it not?
It's boring. You and me? I thought there'd be a lot more people in here than anyone else, so.
Oh man! Oh. Who knew the bird dog would be in hell too? How'd we know that?
It's a party now.
History is a party now. We got a lot of great fights coming up though, Tony. Let's talk about the show here tonight.
Yes, we got, main event, we got Mario Espinoza going against Jeshua Arias. Jeshua Arias seen Mario Espinoza at the beginning. He said, hey, come train with me. And Mario said, well, you know, you live so far away, so let's just fight.
Let's just beat each other up. All right, Bird Dog, welcome to Hell, man. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience coming right at you. Our next superstar in the making, a guy who's been here each and every week doing his thing, the animal, Kevin Hamby. What's he up against tonight?
Well, he's going up a new guy named Javiere Perez, which is fighting out of Jeshua Arias' camp. So.
Okay, coming all the way down from Logan, and then Hamby coming all the way up from St. George. Both these guys came from about 300 miles in opposite directions to meet right here in the cage just for you. Lightweight and holds bar, check it out. Now, it's been quite some time since I've seen a kid with as much energy as this Kevin Hamby kid. The kid really comes in with, hey, he just never stands still, but he's got a lot of good, positive energy as well.
Oh, he does. He comes in here every week, and he wants to fight every single week. He really feels like this is a show to do it and to gain your experience.
I almost feel bad for our matchmaker because this guy calls him all the time, and he harasses him. Now, Javiere Gladiator Perez, we've not seen him before, but I hear good things about him. He's trained with some good folks up there with the Arias camp.
Yeah, the Arias camp. In fact, when I was talking to Jeshua, he's saying, well, I got some guy that I feel can really push me in my game, you know, so.
Well, that's good because this kid's a lightweight and Jeshua's a middleweight. So, I mean, if this kid's pushing him, that says a lot about him. And now nobody's been able to really take Jeshua too far into the game except for I guess, Rusty Pearson. But that says what caliber this fighter this kid is.
Oh, yes. In fact, coming out with a nice kick, a nice punch. Wow.
He got caught with a couple of nice overhand rights from Kevin Hamby. Kevin really, it seems to be tightening up his stand-up game.
Wow.
That's what we know him for is his wrestling. He's got some very powerful takedowns and position. He's always in good position.
And you know what? So classic Hamby right there. Goes on the top and takes his back. And instead of going for the fast rear naked choke, he's going to make him pay. Yep.
Yeah, that is vintage Hamby. He doesn't want to just come in here and win. He wants to win in good fashion. Wants to make a name for himself. Now, really, this kid wants to get to that next level, and I think he keeps doing what he's doing, and he's going to get there.
He loves to make his fights exciting. He really performs. He wants to perform well for the crowd.
And you hear that in his interviews. He talks about, he always addresses the crowd and he wants to put on a good show for them. But one thing I've noticed about him, he's such a good sport, man. He's always giving his opponent accolades and really very respectful toward him, except when he's punching him in the face.
I think because he feels so sorry for him after, man. It's like,
The one thing, another thing is he's just so relentless in his attack. He doesn't slow down. It reminds me, we mentioned this last time we saw him fight, reminds me of the Menace, Oliver Bradstreet. When he first came on the scene, he could go, and then there's just no quit in him. Now all he's just getting fat and lazy and can't hold this quite a pace like this.
Yeah, I would say he's a mix between Oliver Bradstreet and James Bursley, because I remember Bursley at the beginning, he just come in with that scowl, and he was there to fight. And Hamby, I feel, when he comes in, he's ready to fight.
Well, Hamby's ready to fight. Looks like he's trying to apply a choke there. Didn't quite get it, and Perez able to fight that off. And again, you can see that's a testament to the ground game he's been working with Jeshua. You can see Perez, pretty strong kid, but Hamby's trying to put a shoulder choke on here.
Well, this is interesting because this is Hamby on the bottom. I haven't seen this positioning too often with him.
Well, he doesn't seem to be uncomfortable. He's got that shoulder choke on, and that might be on there, Tony. I think, well, we got a minute left. I'm not sure he's going to get it, but that was close.
Now this, seeing him posture up, Javier, and stand up again, I think.
He's going to want to stay on the ground, I would think, because Kevin's shown that he's a little better on his feet, and he's shown that he's a lot better at the takedown and transition. And you had him on his back, and we haven't seen a lot of Kevin Hamby on his back just yet. That was the one position we thought that this kid would have an advantage in.
Right, and now they're just swinging for the fence, and he's just trying to.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a dangerous situation. Anybody can go down.
Yeah.
When they start doing that. Oh, nice knee.
That was a nice knee. As you mentioned, it's just really whoever lands first. They don't see a whole lot of defense here from either guy.
Well, he's got clobbered in the nose, and he's just bleeding now.
That was a great term. He got clobbered in the nose. Look at his nose. It's splattered all over the place.
Oh,
he's already checking out. He's done. That is it. I think that shot to the nose was it. Oh, Dave Sully said hates this kid, doesn't he? You can just tell.
He don't like him because he comes in with so much energy, and he sometimes he feels it's hard to control.
Plus, Dave's bigger than him, so he could push him around.
The animal.
The animal he's got a beautiful smile, though. He's happy, and he ought to be. Great performance, great job tonight.
One more down.
Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
All right, Kevin Hamby, wow, what a huge win for you. What are your thoughts on that fight?
It's an awesome fight. Hell, that kid was strong, real strong, and I hope he's okay. I hope I didn't break his nose too bad in this competition. It's never your intention to hurt somebody permanently, and I hope his nose heals up all right and can get all that blood cleaned up.
I think he's going to be okay, so no worries there. What's next for you? Are you going to keep doing this?
I'm 5-0 now. I look to go wherever I can. UFC, who knows? This is my 5th week in a row fighting. I'll be here next week. So there's no stopping for me at this point.
Well, they're both traveling home about the same distance, but it's going to be a much longer trip for Mr. Perez, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, man. 10 seconds to go, and I think he mistook that for the bell. It wasn't a bell. It was just a tap thing to let you know you had 10 seconds left, and dropped his hand, started walking away. And
lesson learned, pay attention. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. In the middleweight division, got a kid we have seen quite a bit of just as of late, Kyle Osmonson, showing a lot of promise. Who's he up against tonight?
Well, he's going up against Devin Gibbs. He's a guy that works with J.R. Oxenbein. And JR said, hey, this guy's a good-looking guy. I'm going to bring him down to the show. It's going to be his first fight. And let's see what he does.
JR showing up to work with black eyes. And this kid says, I need me a couple of those. Middleweight Knowles Bar, check it out. It always does get a little jealous around the office when everybody else has black guys and you don't. You know, the chicks dig that around the water cooler.
You know, that's great. He's over there. He's telling me he trains. They have their own team, and they call it the clean and grind.
The clean and grind. All right, well, Kyle Osmonson's not part of clean and grind. He actually trains over the Ultimate Combat Training Center. Doesn't look like a very happy dude there on picture day, was he?
Not that one. He's very serious when it comes fight time.
He's very serious all the time. I haven't seen him crack a smile, but maybe once or twice. But clean and grind, what's the background behind that?
You know what? They work over at a plant and
they clean and grind.
They clean and grind. You got J.R. Oxenbein over there, Eric Slate, and
they got some tough guys. They've got, obviously these guys are they're not banging around with each other. But it's a little bit different getting in here in the cage, and we'll see if he can bring that to the cage tonight.
Well, this is going to be interesting because Osmonson here, he won last time because his opponent failed to come out of the first round. Oh my gosh.
He's taking some shots right there. Oh, Kyle, got to move that head, my man.
He's got to move that hair so he can see those coming.
Yeah, I don't think he saw any of those. He sure felt them, though, and you saw his head snapping back every time one of those landed. Now he's just hanging on for dear life, see if he can maybe get his wits back about him.
You know what impressed me last time is just this guy's will, Osmonson's will just to fight. And,
no, he's a scrapper, no doubt about it.
Oh, that's not a good position to be in.
It sure isn't. He's going to have to be scrappy if he's going to put himself in that position right there. Just gave up full mount. Well, no, not quite. Now he's giving up full mount. He's scrapping, though. He's doing just what we said he would do, and that's scrap. But you in a scrap and give up your back, that's not a good combination.
No, not at all. But if it's Osmonson, he's going to try to weasel out and fight out of this. And
and then he's getting cleaned and grinded right there, man.
Oh.
That chokes on pretty tight. And you see Osmonson's head turning purple. Is that a tap or a punch?
Well, let's keep it a tap to the head. Let's make it a punch, and hopefully Dave doesn't see it.
Look at that, though. I mean, Kyle Osmonson does make things difficult on you. He's not going to give you anything. And right there, he gets right out of it. But he's got to maybe mount a bit of an offense because so far he's taken quite a beating.
Yep, he's a classic unorthodox fighter, that's for sure. Twisty and bendy and...
He's a little bit like Daniel Grass. He makes it difficult for you, but he really never has you in trouble, and that's something I would like to see him work on his offense.
You know what's interesting? I see everyone trying to put on this guillotine, and they put it, they just...
Rear naked choker?
Yeah, the rear naked choke, and they just don't got that technique just down quite yet to really cinch it on.
Yeah, you do need to understand the nuances of the move, no doubt about it. But again, really, when you're far ahead on the judges' scorecard, you can kind of just know. Looks like talking to each other.
Yeah, it looks like he was wishing me. It's like, hey, let me look good, man. Hey, come on, man. Don't make me. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Well, all right.
Oh man.
Again, Osmonson making it difficult for him, getting his feet up there and just kind of harassing him more than anything. And
come out the back there if he. Old Devin Gibbs just trying to land at a huge elbow.
And a miss of an elbow. Those things are some huge shots that he's just missing on. Kyle Osmonson timed those just right and got out from underneath him.
I swear it looks like he's saying so. He's like, come on, man.
Come on, let me choke you, man.
Come on.
You know that hurts. I'll tell you what, though. This strategy could work. You get a guy tired from pounding on you, and rounds 2 and 3 could be a lot different for you. You see right there that Gibbs has crossed his feet, and Osmonson doesn't care.
Nope, he doesn't. Osmond's in there, and he just acts like this. I mean, when he fights, this is a fight for his life, and it's a fight for his, he just fighting in there.
I give it to him, man. I've seen a lot of guys tap from a lot less than what we've seen Kyle Osmonson battle through right there. He's got nothing but heart, and certainly want a Purple Heart Award. Wow. Makes my little heart go pitter-patter right there.
Oh, look at that. She knows how to work that card.
She sure is slow motion.
She is, yeah.
She's like molasses coming through there. I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong, because I'm old and my eyes don't move as fast as they used to.
Yeah, it's good.
Osmonson trying to end this one quick.
Man, he had an interesting combination there. Just a big old swing with the back fist there. And
well, you know what I like, though, is he went after it. He got a little offense there, and you know, maybe he heard me over here. He's not going to just kind of go curl up in a ball and play defense. He's going to come out and try to end it.
Right
man.
on his head, too.
That was a nice suplex. And, yeah, right on his head is right.
I've seen many guys get knocked out from that move alone.
That was about as good as we've seen. That's going to be a highlight reel right there.
Beautiful.
That was beautiful. Well executed. Mr. Gibbs, clean and grind. He's cleaning house tonight.
And he's got his other arm locked up in there for a little while, and there he goes, got it back again.
He's doing a lot of really good things, and this, you know, is his first fight out here, Mr. Gibbs.
Very
and
impressive.
I think, yeah, I'm super impressed with him. In fact, I've been impressed with all those guys training up there with J.R. Oxenbein. They come out here, they're just gritty, tough guys, and they go, go, go. Very impressive performance here so far.
This is going to sneak some punches underneath the armpits there, and
you know, I hate to say this, but Kyle is outmatched in this fight.
Yes.
And, you know, I'd like to see him tap at some point, or, you know, I mean, you've got to either mount an offense or, you know, I just hate to see somebody get beat up. That's not what we're here to see. We're here to see fights. And, you know, I would like to see Kyle, you know, try to get out from underneath there, try to you know, shrimp out or something, and just, I just don't like to see somebody underneath getting beat up.
One thing about Devin, man, he really tries. He's going for a lot of different combinations here, a lot of different moves.
But he's not doing any of them right.
No, that's the problem. Look at that.
It's like, this thing, he's got Kyle Osmonson's arm bent away that it shouldn't be bent.
Yeah, that looks so sorry.
It doesn't look very comfortable, that's for sure. But, man, again, just a testament to this kid's heart. Kyle, he's not going to tap to it, which probably should have.
Yeah.
That would have been an easy one to tap to. And this
maybe you couldn't see it through his hair.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't know his arm was hurt. Well, it's possible. You know, as round number 2 kind of draws to a close here, you've got 2 rounds in the books and possibly 10-8 rounds, both rounds. So on a judge's scorecard, Osmonson has no chance of winning this fight without some type of knockout or submission. And he's got to swing for the fence. He's got to come out bombing.
Okay. Come on, you got 30 seconds left here.
Well, the jab's a good start. You got to follow it, though. You just got to follow it. And I'm afraid he's too tired at this point. I don't think he's got much left in him to try to push beyond that 1 or 2 punches that he's throwing.
Yeah, if he was counting on Devin Gibbs coming in here, being a first-time fighter and running out of gas, that's
didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Certainly didn't happen. You know, again, round number 2 is just about over. You know, will this kid come out for a 3rd round? I don't know, and I'm not so sure that he should, to be honest with you. You know, at some point, let's say, okay, you know, let's come back and do this another day.
Wow.
A lot to be said for this kid's heart, a lot to be said for his character, you know, that he wants to come out, but, oh, man. Who is that?
I think that's Lindy.
Lindy, the lovely Lindy.
Yeah, we'll be seeing her here in the future.
She's super attractive.
Oh, yeah.
She keeps driving by my house, too, man. I don't know why. Gets lost on the way home or something.
She's stalking you.
Yeah, that happens.
Wow, I can't believe he made it this far, and he could even crawl. I mean, he just crawled back to his chair.
You know, and again, you can't help but cheer for the guy. You can't help but root for him, man. He's shown
they're winding up
so much hard, but, man, it's just, come on, buddy. That head's got to be ringing right about now.
Oh, yeah, and he's catching him, too.
If I were his corner, I'd throw a towel in. I just would. You know, I mean, that's something I think a lot of inexperienced corners, they won't do that. And in fact, the fighter might be upset with you, but at some point you just have to realize you don't have much of a chance.
But
you know what?
If he catches him in that guillotine right here,
Tony, you're right. How many times have we seen it? I might be eating crow right here, man.
Oh my!
I almost had it.
Well,
it looked like he almost had it.
The guys in the front row, they're on the edge. They're on the edge.
Tony,
of their
we've
seats,
seen it. We've seen stranger things happen, you know, and I should keep my mouth shut because every time I say something, you know, something strange like that happens. And that's the beauty of MMA. It could change on a dime.
Especially when fatigue starts coming in, and both of them, it's easy to make mistakes.
Well, you know, when fatigue settles in, but also Kyle Osmonson has shown that he just got a lot of heart. No matter how tired he is, he's going to keep battling.
This is a very bad situation. He's looked like he's cinching that on good.
Oh, yeah, slowly but surely, the blood supply to his head.
Oh, and that's
there
it.
You go, tappity tap, tap, tap. Well, you know, again, man, there's a Purple Heart Award nominee right there for me. That guys like that come in here and show so much heart and determination. I give nothing but mad props and respect to that kid. I hope he gets back in the gym and works on some technical things, because he's got what you can't teach, and that's heart.
You know, he's only been in the gym for about a month, but every time he comes, he improves just a little bit more, and I'd love to see him back in the gym.
Put that kid's heart in a lot of other people's bodies, or put some knowledge with that kid's heart, you know, and he's going to be dangerous. So don't hang your head. But, hey, Demon, Devin Gibbs, very impressive performance, and hopefully we see more of you coming back here as well. This post-fight interview brought to you by Beehive Bail Bonds, because sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Kyle, you had the heart. You made it 3 rounds. Half the time you weren't breathing. Maybe we work on your ground game a little bit more. I know you're tired. Help me out.
Oh, well, man, you know, most of the fight was on the ground. He's just a really hard guy to roll around. You know, he had the weight and the leverage, and it was really hard. He did really good keeping me on the ground like he needed.
Well, you know, the saying here is, tonight you were good, not good enough. I hate saying that because we saw 3 rounds. Is there anybody you want to thank?
I like to thank everybody, you know, my corner. He's always been there for me and my wife, giving me your support. UCTC taking their time out to train me. That's about it.
Well, good job. We hope to see you real soon.
Thanks a lot.
Take it easy.
Find top name brand clothing at unspeakable prices at Big Rod Clothing. Mention UCE and save 10%.
Devin, all the way from Logan, this was your first fight, I understand. What did you think?
Maybe I was a little overconfident, but a lot more tired than I expected. But it's still as much fun as I wanted to have. Had a blast.
Good, I can tell. You did a great job. What's for your future? What are your plans?
I definitely want to come back in a little bit better shape first, but I'm going to come back and throw some gloves.
Are you training with someone right now, or?
A little bit. I took this fight on 4 days' notice, so I rolled around with a buddy of mine. He's been in here twice, and probably just keep doing a lot of that, maybe get in the gym. I don't know.
Okay, well, is there anyone that you would like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all those guys over here, all my coworkers coming down from Logan, Utah, clean and grind. We love it down there. And my corner man, one of which is my brother. He's been real supportive in everything I've done, so I'd like to thank those guys.
All right, good job. We hope to see you again next time.
All right, thank you.
Gibbs is going to be walking around work with a little bit of pride, strutting his stuff, coming away with a big win tonight.
Yes, he did. That's going to be a good one for him. You know, too bad about Osmonson. Osmonson showed so much heart, and, you know, fighting a guy like that can really get tiring, and you see what happened.
Well, you know, I mean, Osmonson really has nothing to hang his head about. He did show a lot of heart, showed a lot of mettle tonight, so hopefully we see him get back in there and do it again. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. In your featherweight division, got a kid we've never seen before, but he trains with Kevin Hamby, so we know he's going to be a high-energy dude. Brandon Steffens, what do you know about him?
Well, I know Brandon Steffens trains there with Kevin Hamby. It's going to be his first fight against Kevin Allred. Kevin Allred says, hey, man, I've been training. I've been sober for 3 weeks.
That's kind of like training. Well, we'll see how that works out for you. Featherweight no holds barred. Check it out. That's kind of like training for a lot of our fighters, staying sober. That's an interesting approach. You know, you never know. It just might work. And with a nickname like Dopey, who knows? Maybe I'm guessing Brandon Steffens hasn't been sober for 3 weeks.
Yeah, like you said, he came in. He's 5'9", 135 pounds, fighting with the Classic Fight Club out there with Kevin Hamby, and he said, no one knows my name. Everyone knows me by Dopey. So when I come in, introduce me as Dopey.
And he got in a fight with a guy with a tattoo needle. The Predator, Kevin Allred. We know this guy, man. He's no dope, I'll tell you that. You know, and if he's been sober for 3 weeks, he could be a dangerous guy tonight.
You know, I almost feel like Kevin Allred is sometimes one of the underrated guys we have in our show. I mean, he fights quite a bit, but due to circumstances, his fights, because they usually go 3 rounds,
sometimes they get cut. They wind up on the cutting room floor.
I feel bad. A lot of his fights get cut on the floor, but you know what? He's a good,
Those of you
fighter
who watch the show on television don't know him as well as we do, because we've seen a lot of him. And he's a good kid. You know, he's a solid kid. I really enjoyed meeting his sister came and trained at the gym for a little while. She's a fun little girl, and I mean, just a good family. I enjoy being around him. And, you know, Kevin, he's a workhorse. He'll get in here and do his thing. He just works a lot right now and doesn't train as much as he should.
It looks like he's got a...
He's in trouble. He's in trouble is what's happening. Dopey's got a guillotine choke on. It looks like he's on him pretty tight. If he'd arch his back a little bit here, he might could finish this fight up early.
I don't think Kevin Allred doesn't want any of that. He steps off to the side there. And
Kevin's a pretty savvy fighter. He knows to get those hips up, and he knows how to get that pressure off where he needs to get it off. He's done a great job of battling this, and I don't think he's really in trouble at this point. For a moment, I thought he was, but he's done a good job of defending this choke.
No, and now he's just going to be hanging on, burning out his arms.
And that's exactly what happens here. You get guys like Dopey on the bottom there, and you're trying for that guillotine choke, and you're squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. Well, when you stand back up and try to throw a punch, your arms are retarded, you know, and they really are. You can't punch with them.
Wow, what a nice pass there, and he's got full mount there, and he switched it.
Got reversed, and again, now he's trying for that choke, and you know, you're going to squeeze on my neck for a little while.
And he tapped.
My goodness, wow, that went on fast. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you know, there's a lesson to be learned right there. If you don't know how to put it on, I'll show you. You had it on wrong on me, and I put it on correctly on you. Nice work there. Boy, it's nice to see Kevin Allred back, and nice to see him get a win. You know, I tell you, guarantee though, this guy training with Kevin Hamby, Dopey, he'll be back. He's already mad. He's ready to go again.
Yeah. Good old Kevin, Predator Allred. Nice to see him back in the cage.
He don't smile much anymore, though, does he? Henri Cuss. He doesn't think it's going to be on TV, so no reason to smile, I guess. Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
So what happened there? I mean, you guys look like you're wrestling back and forth, then he slips a chokehold on you, and that was it. What are we gonna do? How did it happen? It looked like you guys were gonna stand up, and then you changed your mind all of a sudden. Is that the game plan that we had?
No, I wanted to stand back up and start doing some more strikes because obviously my wrestling wasn't working with him. But you know, I thought I had him in the guillotine pretty tight there, but I'm not used to these gloves or fighting in the ring or nothing like that. It's my first time fight, so but I have to give it to Kevin because Kevin's a good fighter. As soon as he had that guillotine on me, I started seeing black right away. So, you know.
So we're gonna train harder and see you again real soon?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, you know what the saying here is, tonight you were good, just not good enough. Is there anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I do. I want to thank my dad for coming out. I want to thank my wife and my kid. I want to thank my homeboy Bobby and Jesse. I want to most of all thank Classic Fight Club and Kevin Hamby for getting me into this, teaching me some and stuff. And yeah, just mad love and respect for Kevin Hamby for helping me out, getting where I'm at right now.
Well, good job. We hope to see you real soon. Next time we hope we win.
This post-fight interview brought to you by Beehive Bail Bonds, because sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Kevin Allred, good job. Nice fight. Did you plan that whole thing, or did it just come naturally for you?
I did actually plan on winning, yeah. That was my game plan.
Well, you did a good job at that. All right, so what's next for you?
Keep training like usual. Just be an animal and freaking get back here as soon as I can. Make some more money.
Well, you know we love having you as part of the show. You've been here for a long time, and we want to thank you for being a part of the show, as always. Is there anyone that you would like to thank?
Everybody for being here with me and, you know, going through the same struggles that I'm going through to keep me in the cage. It means a lot to me, and I hope me coming out and finally winning for, you know, it's been a little while, so I hope that means a lot to everybody too.
Well, I'm sure it does. Congratulations, you did a very good job, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, really soon.
Chalk went up for the sober guy. I guess sobriety pays off once.
Yes, it does. And Brandon Steffens, come back again, and you earned your nickname, Dopey.
And Kevin, you go have yourself a drink. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. Got a guy we haven't seen in just a little while, old school John Incorvaia, been out doing his thing, and I don't know what his thing is, but he's going up against a kid we have seen a little bit as of late, Augustine Espinoza. What do you know about these two?
Well, I know Augustine Espinoza, the younger brother of Mario Espinoza, which is fighting later in our card. He's so light that it's really hard to find in fights. And John Incorvaia, old school, you know, he's a taekwondo kickboxer.
He's old school is what he is. Little teeny tiny guys. Bantamweight, no holds barred. Check it out. You know, I like when old school comes around just because it makes me feel young. This guy is older than I am, you know, but Augustine Espinoza, on the other hand, he makes me feel old because the kid's got a lot of energy. He's got a lot of pep, a lot of piss and vinegar in him, if you will. He's a pretty tough little kid.
Oh, yeah. Augustine Espinoza, 5'5", 127 pounds. You know, calls himself a street fighter.
Man. He's the Black Panther.
Oh, man.
What the heck was that? No, I didn't see that. That was so fast, I didn't see it.
This is old
school, man. This guy is classic. You couldn't write this script any better than this guy. He's certainly a character in the show, no doubt about it.
I've seen him come all the way. He rides his bike all the way down from Ogden.
You're lying.
No, I've seen him.
For those of you not from the Salt Lake area, Ogden is about 650 miles from Salt Lake City, and he rides his pedal bike
to
the fight.
No, to the gym.
Oh, to the gym.
Yeah,
to train?
I seen him train one time.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, if he gets in a bike race.
I like his stance. He's just right there. This is old school, man.
He's about ready to back fist and ki, isn't he?
Yep. I want to see John Incorvaia do good. Something inside me, because you know what? Come on,
John.
I
like the guy.
John.
I really like the guy, but I just think that Mr. Espinoza might be a little too strong for him. But, you know, right here, he's in a headlock. He's got that head and arm, and he's squeezing.
That's good. And you know what? When you look at Augustine Espinoza, there's one kid right here that you can just see talent, raw talent.
Sickeningly raw talent, and it really makes me mad this kid won't come in and train
anywhere.
He just won't do it. And, you know, it bothers me because he really is a talented individual, as are his brothers. You know, those guys, I think, have a lot of heart, but this kid has a lot of heart and a lot of talent, but he just won't do anything with it.
John Incorvaia being so long, too, it's kind of you know, with the leverage, doesn't make kind of hard in these kind of situations?
Sure does. You know, I think that Espinosa is doing the right thing, getting his hips up close to him. He can roll him right now since his hips are right up next to him. They're perpendicular, or they're parallel rather. He can roll through. He's not trying to do that just yet. He's still trying to battle the arm, and I don't know why. But again, this is something he would have learned in the first class of wrestling that he should be able to do. Right now, he's making it very difficult. He's pulling his head out, which, you know, it hurts, but he's pulling his head out. And all he had to do is just kind of roll through, and he'd have been just fine.
It's just a matter of time until he does pop that head. There he goes.
Messed up his hair, too, and I didn't think that was possible.
Oh, it's just like another...
wow, you know what? He's got a choke on you. You tried it on me, now I'm going to do it on you.
And that doesn't look good at all. He's cinching that in. And
well, you know, old school he's going to battle it out. He's going to make it tough on you. Well, I guess not anymore. I didn't see the tap there, but I guess Dave did. Might have been off the screen there just a little bit, but wow, well, there you go. Mr. Espinoza feeling good about it. This might be bad for him, though, because now he doesn't think he needs training still.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? Finding fights at 127 is not an easy thing to do.
It's not, but we'll keep doing it, man. A big smile right there. Augustine Espinoza, the Black Panther, getting it done tonight.
And old school, keep pedaling that bike and keep coming to class, man.
Pedal on down to class, buddy. Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
So old school, you had the reach, you had the advantage. He takes you to the ground, ends with a rear naked choke. What are we gonna do?
I was gonna try and take him to the ground. I thought he was gonna stand up, and I was gonna stand up with him a little bit, but he beat me to it.
So what are you doing to train? I mean, got down to the ground, we did the old UCE head squeeze, and then he turned it into a rear naked choke.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to start training at the UCTC, I guess.
Well, that's good. We want you down at the UCTC. Tonight you were good, just not good enough. Is there anybody you would like to thank?
No, thank you.
No, thank you?
Yeah, I can't remember.
You can't remember. All right. Well, we hope to see you real soon. Good job tonight, man.
Find top name brand clothing at unspeakable prices at Big Rock Clothing. Mention UCE and save 10%.
Augustine, good job. second win for you. How does that make you feel?
Well, I feel good, I thought, that guy that was looked pretty good, so I thought, it was gonna be like good fight, but it was like so short fight, but it's still good,
Yeah, he looked pretty strong. He had you there for a minute, and I was worried about you, but you pulled through it very easily. So, anybody that you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to say thank all my friends that came in to see me the fight tonight, and all my brother and my cousin, and I want to say thanks to Mike too, because he's the one that he made all this show happen. So thanks.
All right, good job. Well, we can't wait to see you again. I know we will. So good job, and we'll see you next time.
All right, thank you.
Looks like old school needs to go back to school, man. The new guy, Augustine Espinoza, taking him out tonight.
Yep, school's out for summer.
All right, well, go back and check it up on that. Incorvaia, we got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. Couple of guys that if fate would have put them closer together geographically, they'd be friends. But since they're not, they're going to fist fight.
Well, the funny thing is Jeshua Arias was there when Mario first fought. He said, man, this guy has a lot of potential. And
tried to recruit him, actually, right?
He wanted to come up there to Logan and have him, hey, come and train with me. But he said, wow, that's just too far. But now Mario's been watching him. He says, you only got one move. I'm not going to get caught with that move. I'm going to punch you in the face.
All right, well, let's see if Mario can do what he says, man. This should be a lot of fun. Middleweight no holds bar, check it out.
Well, actually, I was planning to go back to my country. My plans have been not working really good right now, but I'm planning to stay for a little bit longer. I really want to kind of do a really good record in here. I'm planning to fight Chill the 29, he better be ready. He called me, so I'll call him back to you right now. Take care of your hand and take care of your neck. Okay? So he better be ready because I've been training for that too. I see how he started and how he been doing now. I see big difference. You know, I never think that nobody, you know, is better than me. I always thought, you know, I always think that everybody can do something, you know, if they want. And he's trying to do it really hard. He want to make a good record in here too, like I want. So whatever he's planning to do, he's in my way too. So we're friends with everything, but inside the gate, you know, we are enemy.
Well, Jeshua throwing it down right there. Said he wants to go back to his country, but got a little unfinished business here first. Now, we didn't interview Mario Espinoza because he doesn't speak any English.
He doesn't speak any English, and he's always working on the night of the weigh-ins, so he has to weigh in the day
And he doesn't speak any English. So El Gato, Mario Espinoza, gonna fight but not talk about it. He's just gonna get it done.
And this guy, him and his brothers have exploded on our scene on...
Talking about Mario, the Espinoza brothers.
Espinoza brothers
really have almost kind of taken over the show, these guys.
You can see him week in, week out. We got a couple of those guys that will fight every single week. But we got Jeshua Arias, 5'6", has his own jiu-jitsu from Chile.
From Chile. So that's the country he wants to go back to, is Chile.
Yep.
And he's got to beat up a few more Americans first and then head his way back on down. Now, called Sugarloaf out there, and those are some big words because I know Sugar Shorts wants a piece of that.
He says, man, this guy only has the one move where he traps your arm into the crucifix, and then
whatever it is that he does. He does the Arias, we call it. It's his little secret move, but he hasn't seen that before. And Mario Espinoza has got some pretty good hands. And right there, Jeshua tasted a little bit of leather.
He just comes down with his head down. That's a very, very poor,
Well, I think he got stung there, Tony. I think that Mario right off the bat stung him pretty good. And Jeshua's in trouble. Trying to shoot and take down legs that aren't there, man. You know, he's dazed a little bit here. Now starting to get his wits back about him and fight back, but he was in trouble there.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen Jeshua, he finishes fights fast. He doesn't really usually have to battle it out on his feet too much. Right there. Dave said he loves to give you a piece of his mind when you touch the cage.
He was telling Jeshua, no touching the cage, and Mario
thought he was yelling at him. Yeah, man, again, there's a language barrier.
Look at this.
Usually Dave is yelling at him.
You're not going to get caught in that move. There it comes,
the move right there.
Swing that right past the leg.
Has gotten everybody on.
Everybody. They know it's coming, and what can you do? And look, he's going to get caught in it.
Well, he didn't quite get it. Nope. He didn't get it, and I don't think he's going to. Mario Espinoza has his back now, and now he knows what to do. Nice job sinking his hooks in there. And again, if these guys would just train on the ground, these Espinoza brothers could be dangerous.
Like the only training they get is when they step into the cage and fight. That's it.
Frustrating. It's frustrating for me, man. We've offered to have these guys come into the gym, and they just won't do it, and some guys do this for a hobby. Some guys want to make a career out of it. These guys do it for a hobby, and I can't really fault them for that. I think that's all right.
They do it for a hobby, and they want to make it a career, but you know what? It's going to take a few losses, unfortunately, until I don't know.
You can't say you want to make it a career unless you're going to put the time in like a career takes, and that's what a martial arts studio is. It's a trade school. You learn a trade, and these guys are now finally, after years and years, you're able to make money at this trade. Back in the day in the martial arts, you didn't have any way to make money other than teaching martial arts. But
I always see Mario holding on to the guy's wrist. He's so strong, it just kind of manipulating his wrist.
He makes things difficult for you, no doubt about it. That's the thing about these guys. They're gritty guys, and they make things difficult for you, but they leave things open, and you see it all the time. And it's a matter of time before Jeshua does lock something up, in my opinion, just because right there, see, Mario could have had an arm bar, and he just didn't do it correctly. He just grabbed with his legs and threw him down,
All instinct.
Yeah, it's all instinct, and there's nothing. I don't know what they're doing here, man. I watched a movie on Cinemax the other night. It looked very much like this. This is instinct, man. I don't know. Hope it's not coming from any prior training.
But see, look at that. You know what? That's just so unorthodox. So, what is that? That isn't. There's no name. The's no nothing. He goes back to his corner.
They call that bumping uglies where I come from, but I don't know what they call it in MMA.
Oh, wow.
And man, speaking of ugly, that is the exact opposite right there. My
Enjoy.
goodness, Lindy, yeah. I'm just going to shut up and you let you enjoy what she has going on there. Yes, she's engaged though, guys. She's took.
Oh, no.
I'll give you the bad news right now. I'd let you come out to the show and try to get with her. It's not going to happen. She's engaged.
Okay, if you're Mario Espinoza, you want to sting him right here again like you did in the first round.
Well, if Jeshua's smart, he's going to shoot in right off the bat and not get into that position again.
Yeah. So dangerous how he drops his head, though, like that.
You know, I'll tell you what, man, he told Sugarloaf he was going to knock him out, and I just don't see that Jeshua has the stand-up ability to be knocking Sugarloaf out.
Look at that. It's just...
and
maybe
he
ducks
again,
his head and just covers
I'll tell
up.
you, if you've ever had your nose broken or had your nose, I mean, you have the tendency to want to duck and try to hide it. And if that happened early in the fight, then I'm going to cut him some slack here. But I don't know that it did. I'm just trying to give him a little credit where
You usually
maybe
see a lot of blood, huh?
Yeah, well, you would. You absolutely would. You're right. But right there, well, Jeshua finally got that submission he was looking for. That's on. That's it.
Wow, that's it?
Yeah, that's a very anticlimactic finish to a fight that, you know, I thought had some potential.
Mario was just teeing up right there, and you see how fast things can happen.
You know, it can happen. Jeshua was just waiting for that opportunity, and he got the opportunity. But now what that opportunity does for you, you get a taste of the Sugarloaf. And I'm guaranteeing you the Sugarloaf ain't going to be quite so easy.
Oh, no. Sugarloaf, if I know, he can't wait. He can't wait for
Neither
this
can
match
I,
to happen.
frankly, Tony. I can't wait to see that fight. Jeshua and the Sugarloaf. Should be good. Should be good. Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
Mario Espinoza, ¿qué pasó, Mario Espinoza? What happened to you, Mario?
El chavo es bueno abajo, yo soy bueno arriba. Si peleamos arriba me lo gano, pero abajo no creo que me lo pudiera ganado, pero está bien, hice lo mejor que pude.
He said he went to the ground. If he would have gone to, if we would have stood up with him, he would have beat him. But he went to the ground with him. Vimos algo un poquito diferente de ti, ¿no? Regularmente peleas diferente. Ahora quisiste hacer algo diferente esta noche. Did you try something different tonight from other fights?
La verdad no hice lo mejor que pude, no sé. El chavo es bueno abajo, pero arriba para mí no me sirve. Honestamente, la verdad.
So he's like, what he's saying that he needs to work on his ground. So vas a trabajar más en abajo que tirar los golpes. Are you going to work more on your ground this time?
Voy a trabajar abajo. Es que no he trabajado yo Jiu Jitsu, pero si trabajo Jiu Jitsu, tanteo que me lo gano el chavo. No es muy bueno el chavo para mí, pero la verdad pues me ganó, ni modo que hacer.
What he says, he hasn't worked on his jiu-jitsu lately, so he's going to start working on that lately. So, un saludo para alguien, you want to say hi to somebody, you want to thank anybody?
Un saludo para toda mi familia que me apoya, para mis hermanos en especial. Y para toda la gente que viene a apoyar también, muchas gracias.
Pues, Mario Espinoza, everybody.
Well, that's going to put a wrap on another episode of the Ultimate Combat Experience. Once again, tonight's episode is brought to you by...
Drag me to hell. Sometimes winning isn't winning.
Well, sometimes winning wasn't winning. Tonight for Jeshua Arias, man, he won his fight, but took a beating. Now, we're going to see a little bit more of the bird dog running, bumping around. I understand you're going to be cornering somebody next week.
Yeah, I'm going to be cornering for a fellow Brighton employee, Travis Robinson. Hopefully he can come over. You know, he learned a couple things before his fights. I don't know what he was doing at Throwdown. Throwdown, guys, are you teaching you guys anything down there? Or what? Are you just knuckleheads? It seems like you're knuckleheads.
Well, I'm not going to argue that point, Tony. Great night of fights. Well, we're going to have another great night of fights next week under the stars, right at the Ultimate Combat Training Center in the parking lot. You want to join us for that, for the Bird Dog and Tony Psyche. I'm Mike Sid, and we'll see you next week on the Ultimate Combat Experience.